Hello friends, my name is Hamid. Today I'm working on an LG front load washer. Customers complain is they are getting TE error code. TE error code is problem or communication between the thermistor and main control board. So today I'm gonna open this unit apart and see what we are gonna find out. The first thing I'm gonna go is on this unit. I'll go to diagnostic. On going to diagnostic on this unit, we have to press a spin speed, wash, rinse at the same time, and press power. So by pressing the spin speed, wash at the same time and holding the power, it goes to diagnostic, and then you press enter, it goes to the spin cycle. We want to go on a faster spin to see if you're getting the error code again. Press it one more time. One more time. Goes to the fastest spin cycle. So it's running about 1200 RPM, and we're gonna turn it off now. I do not want to go through all the cycles, so I wanted to make sure my spin cycle is working. And once it stops, I'm gonna check my door gasket. Door unlocked. And so we wanna check to see if there is any holes. Check all the way around. I can see a small cut over there. Let's see if I can hold. So there's a hole over there, I can see. I can stick my fingers in there. Okay, so what we can do, we are gonna take the spring off. There's a spring that goes around the door gasket right here. You can hold the gasket from the bottom and pull it out, because we have a hole. Even if I get a cut on there, I don't mind, but you can always hold it from the back. You can peel it off, the gasket comes out, or you can always use a flat screwdriver to pry this out, and then the spring comes out. The door gasket, we are going to peel it off and set it inside. There's two screws in the front. The two screws came off from the door lock. There's one here. With a flat screwdriver, you can pry this out from both sides. This comes off, and then this piece also comes off. And there's one screw all the way there that holds this front panel into the cavity. And this screw is a little bit rusty. Be careful when you're using a drill, or when you're using hand screwdriver. It's rusty. You do not want to strip it. If you strip this screw, it's going to cause a lot of issues. And now we're going to go on the soap dispenser. To pull the soap dispenser, we can pull it out, and then at the center there's a clip. This plastic tab, we're going to press on it. We're going to press on it hard like this, and then we pull out the soap dispenser. There's also two screws on each side of the soap dispenser. We're going to take those out. So this was all the front part before we pull the washer out. And of course we have to disconnect it first before we do anything. I could not disconnect it because the plug is at the back. I cannot reach there, but I feel safe to take all the screws from the front, from the door lock and everywhere. So I feel safe, I did it. And now we can close the door and pull the washer out. And when you're pulling the washer out, make sure to keep eye on the drain hose and your water lines to make sure you don't break them. At the back everything seems okay. Now I'm going to pull it out. So I will unplug it, work on it from the back. We have 4 screws that holds the back panel in place, but we are interested in only in 2. The bottom 2 screws, this one and that one, needs to come off. And then the whole panel comes out, the back panel. Only 1 screw on that corner that holds the front panel in place. We're gonna unscrew that. That screws out. Be careful to not drop it down. Even if you drop it down, you can lift it up later on. It will be in the front. And then the next part is to take this panel off from the unit itself. This part is going to be a little bit tricky because you want to work on it from one side. You may want to lift it up. You want to lift up the lips, the back of the front. 1 screw comes off from there, and then you may want to stick a flat screwdriver and pry it. Be careful. If you stick the screwdriver too much in, it may crack the console. You don't want that. And then the front panel comes off. Before you take the panel off, disconnect your wires from here. These 2 wires, they go on the display. So it has a small tab. You depress on it with your finger and then pull it out. Press on it. Do not pull from these wires. They're very soft, they can break easily. The front panel comes off. The next part we have is 5 screws here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All those 5 Phillips screws needs to come off. Our last screw. When you take the last screw out, the panel is loose, and now we can slowly tilt it. And look, your door lock is there. Disconnect the door lock from that little small plastic tab. It's holding it in place, and leave it inside there. And now you can lift up the whole panel. As the panel is out, we can see everything here. And your heat element and thermistor is right there inside. We're gonna test those. So first of all, you're gonna check for loose connections. There's nothing loose, everything seems okay. And I will also check something else here. It has my wire connections for the drain pump and other wires that comes from the control boards are also located here. So the good part is that it's held by zip ties, and there's a plastic cover on top of it, but there is still some leakage there, water leakage. So everything seems okay there. I took one off, and I'm gonna test the heat element for continuity. I'll just add the beep on it, so that way it's easier to listen if the heat element is working or not. I'll check the heat element for continuity between the first line here and other side. So adding these two the probes together to make sure my meter is working. My heating element is okay, and I also want to, okay, so I'll plug this heat element back in. This is my thermistor or NTC sensor, they call it. The wires are there. I'm gonna check this for room temperature about 50,000 ohms, 50K, 50 to 60K. Leave this here. Between this pin and other pin I'm gonna test. 43 is okay. Yeah, my thermistor is also okay. The main problem here with TE error code is my gasket is causing water leakage, and the water leakage is coming right here from here, and it goes you can see the mark, the water drips on top of the heater and thermistor, and you can also see that the thermistor wire is corroded already. You see that corrosion build up there. And when I disconnect the thermistor or the NTC sensor here, the wires are also looking corroded. When I did the testing, everything seemed okay. I do not see anything wrong here, except the main problem is right here. We have a hole, and the hole is coming, the water is coming from that hole. And this is our main problem. So what I'm gonna do today, I have to give my customer the estimate for the door gasket. We're gonna have to replace this, clean all of this, and that's gonna take care of the problem. Okay, so as a homeowner, if you have TE error code, the first thing you want to check is your door gasket. Open the door, get a flashlight, look inside how the door gasket looks. If you have a hole like that, then of course you know that TE error code is leaking water from here to the thermistor, and it's causing this issue. So before you call for service, call the appliances company and ask for the estimate for the door gasket, because most likely it's going to be your problem if you have a bigger hole here, and they will come and take care of this problem. And at the same time, you can also mention to them that I'm getting TE error code and I have a hole in my gasket. You want to replace your gasket. If you're a handy person, you don't have to call appliances company. Just order your door gasket from LG and replace it yourself. By yourself, you will save a lot of money by doing that. Also, for doing the LG door gaskets, it's a little bit harder than other appliances in the market, because the back spring is very hard to do if you don't have a special tool for it. If you don't have a special tool, you can always order the door gasket, a special tool from Amazon, made by LG. It's not really made by LG, but it's aftermarket. They're about $26. If you buy the LG special kit, it's gonna cost you about $140. So that's a big difference. And you can do this yourself. If you're a technician, I hope you have the special tool for it to do this, and replacing the door gasket will take care of the TE error code. Honestly, I've never ever seen a TE error code that would cause the heat element to blow on it, or thermistor. Once in a while I've seen thermistor was bad, but in 100 washing machines I see 1 or 2 washers with TE error code that had defective thermistor. But most of the time it's a loose connection when the washer goes to the agitation or a spin, or if it goes on a fast spin cycle and it causes loose connection. That's the problem for TE error code. Other than that, I would say 99% of the time it's the water leakage that causes this issue, and as you can see, this is the proof. So thank you so much for watching my videos. If you guys have any question, please comment below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.